You can find an overview of all my videos at www.genesispc.com, and you click on the button Videos on YouTube, and you get a complete listing of all the videos I created for you on Excel VBA, on Access VBA, and VB Script. This video is about making charts or graphs in Excel. I have used them in almost all of my videos, but I found out that some people do not know how to create such a chart or graph, so I will just focus on that. I'm using this example. I will not explain that because I did that in other videos. It has observed values, expected value if they were normally distributed, and then we made a frequency table with bins, the observed frequencies and the expected frequencies. Then we created a table structure here, an Excel data table structure that repeats all these steps 15 times and then gives us the averages. So what did we put plot in this chart? You can always find that by clicking on one of the lines, and it will say that was based on this information, and that one is based on this information. So the question is, how do you make those charts? Let's delete this, and let's say you just want a chart based on this information. What most people do is they highlight what they want. You don't have to if you want everything that is available here. So you click just anywhere inside that little frequency table, and it looks for an empty row above and below, an empty column to the left and to the right. I have one warning. I'm going to make a line chart. So if you do that, don't put a label or a header in here. You can do that later on after you have created the chart. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. So you just click anywhere. Then you go to Insert, go to the Chart section, and since I want a line chart, I'm just going to click on a line chart with markers, yes or no, and I'm going to put that here for a moment. If you don't want a title, just click on it, press Delete. And then you see that this is based on, just to show you, if I click here, it's based on that part, and this one is based on that part. Okay. So if you ever say, I don't want these expected values because that is only based on 30 observations, but I want these, that is based on 15 times 30 observations, then we are going to delete what we don't want. The simplest way of doing that is clicking on that curve and press the delete key. Now we are going to replace that one with these values. So what is the best way or easiest way to do that? You right click in the plot area and go to select the data. And it says this is my series of values that I used first. You can edit that if you don't agree with it, but you can also add information. Okay. Give it a name. I don't care what, I'm going to call it total or normal distribution. And then you want the values for there, and they are going to come out of here. So the best thing to do is click on that collapse button. You don't even have to delete what is in there. If you want to, that is fine, and just highlight what you do want and press and click on either the collapse button again or press enter and click on OK. That is the second series of values in here. OK it. So that is basically this one. Let me show you again. It's based on this section, and I'm going to change the type of chart for that one. So you right click on that series of values and say change the series chart type. So I click on that button, and it says you have two in there, line with markers, and I'm going to make the second kind a area chart and OK it. If you don't like the color of that thing, you right click on that area chart, format the data series and say I want a different fill color. Fill, and choose the color of your liking, say this one, and you can close that tab and we got all of that. If you also want vertical bars, you right click on the horizontal area axis and add major grid lines. So now this chart is based on two different sets of data. If you ever want to make it look better, these are the most handiest features there are. You click on the first one, it says you can add certain things. If you click on the second one, you have all kind of choices for formatting. If you click on the third one, you can eliminate categories. Let's say if you don't want that last category that is based on nothing, then just click it off and apply. So those are easy features to do. So all I want you to know that from now on, if you ever want to change the data behind it, you just right click and select the data, and sometimes you want to change the chart type, and sometimes you want to format certain areas. You can always see in which area you are because it shows you that. Okay. This was a very quick course in charts and graphs. If you want to know much more about these issues, especially XY charts, then I would recommend that you consult either my book or my CD-ROM made for scientists specifically. It has data analysis on it, plotting data, that's the issue we touched on briefly today, curve fitting and statistical analysis. You can find them at genesispc.com. The book and the CD-ROM. The CD-ROM is more interactive. It has many more questions for it. This one has just text and exercises.